this is where things are really changing. So not only is it international, and Paris Space Week gives us an opportunity to really tap into that community, but what you're also seeing is the funding has changed significantly. If you go back even just 5 years, maybe more, you saw 90% of the funding was really governmental funding. It was governments that were supporting research to support the space industry they were focused on. And that might have been in the US, it could have been DARPA, or it could have been the Air Force or other groups. But now what you're seeing is private sector funding has accelerated beyond anything we expected. You have dedicated investment groups that are focused exclusively on space, each of them with their own levels of expertise. So I think the funding opportunities within the space sector are probably one of the biggest changes. And thankfully, because of that, this industry is growing very fast. This is actually my 4th year being involved with PSW. And I think every year it's grown, not only in quantity of people, but also just the quality of folks that are here. It's fantastic to actually be in an environment where you can sit down with Boeing, Airbus, you can sit down with big companies, you can sit down with governments, you can actually sit down with startups and investors all in one environment. So it's a really special place. Probably the biggest change that we're noticing is, number one, is the number of entrants into the space industry is accelerating. I think when most people think about space, they think about Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos and these very high profile. But when you talk to the dozens and dozens of companies that are here, most of them are really building important technology that supports the infrastructure of the space industry. So this could be optics, it could be technology to manage constellations of satellites, it could be propulsion technology. So I think what you have here is this great convergence of different people from different industry sectors within the space sector. I think the challenge we have, which events like this help solve, right? So the challenge that we have is that this is an incredibly international industry that we're in. So people cannot be sitting in their office in Barcelona or in Tallinn or in Boston just working all the time and really not thinking about what is the international impact of the work that they're doing. And conferences like this really help harmonize that. It brings people together from all different countries around the world, allows them to really understand what's happening. I just got done having a conversation with somebody from Luxembourg, what's happening with government funding there, an Italian group that's expanding their entire space research. And then of course you've got the big players here as well, where you could talk about business development and what do the large groups want as they see the future.